Mexican Aristocrat is back. The car is out of the impound lot, and now Ricardo can get rid of the bucket on the side of the road for doing salsa dances. Alberto Del Rio turns heel the way he should be. I mean, he's been face for like 4 months, although I did like it. Although a rip-off of Tito Santana. But at the same time, it was new, and it was good, but not really Del Rio. He's better as a heel, so we'll see where it goes. But luckily, he turned heel, and he's back to the way he should be. The Mexican Aristocrat, the rich guy, the guy that just makes fun of everybody pretty much. So, Viva Del Rio. Guess who's coming back? RVD. Even though the vignettes were 15 years ago, ECW can't be wrong. I don't see how this is going to work, but at the same time, it's awesome. Even though he's doing frog splashes across the ring, drop kicking Kane from the opposite side of the corner, from the opposite rope. It's not going to happen that way. It can happen that way. It will not happen that way. The man is 42 years old. He cannot do what he used to. His Rolling Thunder is just a tropical storm now. I mean, it's not even, legit. I understand where this is going. Cannot anybody see what is happening here? You have Christian come back, the match before the vignette. I mean, it's awesome to see Christian back now. He returns, but you see a vignette of RVD. Don't you guys see what is happening here? It's the seeds being planted for ECW to come back, or a certain form of ECW to come back. It will happen. There's a reason RVD is coming back. Why do you think? What kind of feud can he have? What kind of impact can he have other than coming back for Paul Heyman? That's the only reason I think that it's going to happen. That's the only reason that I think that he's there. There's no other reason for it, unless he rivals with CM Punk or something. But I would love to see RVD, even at his age, go against Daniel Bryan. That would be amazing. Now, what I was trying to get to before I was rudely interrupted by my editing button is RVD is coming back. But you got to look at the big picture. Why is he really coming back? All the ECW things and all the things that are coming together with Christian and Matt Striker doing the back interviews, I just feel like something is really big is going to go down. And you got to really think, I know all you WWE fans are going to be crazy and saying, yeah, RVD's coming back to the big time. But don't you feel like he turned his back on TNA a little bit? I mean, you know he's going to do it for the money, but why did he leave WWE in the first place? I know he liked his smoke and whatever, but you know, he's there for a reason. But I feel like honestly that he turned his back on TNA, and he should have stayed true to somebody that, you know, he should have re-signed with them. But you can't blame him. I mean, they're showing the vignettes, but how can you make it out to be that RVD is 20 years old again? That's why I'm in the back, Paul. Can't I get away from you? Will you leave me alone? I do not want you by my side at ringside tonight. I'm tired of you making my decisions, and I don't want you out there. I don't want you. I'm not your client. I don't want you as my manager anymore. I just don't want it anymore. I want to do this on my own. I don't want you out at ringside tonight. CM Punk tells Paul Heyman to stay away. Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan are having this awesome match. He's wanting to show that he's not the weak link. So either Bryan is going to turn heel because he broke up with Kane in the back just prior to this. He tells him that he's wanting to go for the World Championship. And Kane says that he would like to go for the World Championship. So they break up, I guess. He said he doesn't know if it's over yet. But anyway, the match between Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan is about to start. Randy Orton said, I'm going to show him why he's the weak link tonight. You watch and see. So I'm thinking that Randy Orton's going to turn heel because Daniel Bryan, during the match, does a suicide dive. This is no disqualification, no count out. Randy Orton sidesteps it, throws Daniel Bryan as he's flying between the ropes. You guys all know the move. And he throws him head first into the barricade. Daniel Bryan's neck snaps back and he lays there for a while. Randy Orton goes to the opposite side of the ring and he knows that Daniel Bryan's really hurt. This is not storyline. This is not planned. So he sidesteps him, but he pushes him violently into the ring barricade. So he gets a kendo stick. He walks across back to Daniel Bryan. He pokes him with it. And he's like really asking him if he's alright. So he hits him with it a couple times and he sticks it in his gut. So he picks him up and he throws him back in the ring. Daniel Bryan is all disorientated and everything, and he never really looked the same since. So Randy Orton's powering up, doing the clotheslines, throwing him out for the DDT. And then a doctor comes up to the ring and he's looking at Daniel Bryan, and if you notice, Bryan underneath his hair has a big red pump knot. It's a big knot, like he didn't even know where he was. He wasn't himself. So Randy's getting ready for the DDT, and he DDTs him. And they're wanting to stop the match, but Daniel Bryan sees that this is happening, and he goes off and he tries to change it around and make him submit with the no lock. And then the referee, he didn't get it on him, and Randy Orton goes to where he throws him down again, and he grabs Daniel and throws him out of the ring. And then the nurse or the doctor or whatever comes across and he stops the match, because when Randy Orton threw him out, he hit his head on the barricade and he like had a concussion. Daniel Bryan didn't even know where he was. And then at the end of the match, it wasn't storyline, because if it was fake, he would have left him out there. Randy Orton comes out and checks on him, offers him his hand to help him up, and Daniel Bryan's shaking, not even knowing where he's at. And he grabs his hand, and Randy Orton helps him up, and he walks to the back with him. So that was a great show of sportsmanship, but Daniel Bryan was really hurt. So John Cena's out there saying that the next person that comes to him is going to earn the championship spot. He's come up and actually fought everybody that has stepped in his way, and nobody's there to challenge him. And then they cue Mark Henry's music. We had been hearing all night that he's going to retire. So he comes out, and Mark Henry is just sitting there saying that, you know, he's missing his family and all this stuff, and that he's given his life to wrestling. And you can't be a guy like John Cena here that has gave all he's got to the wrestling business, and, you know, to be here as long as he has, he's going to be the best wrestler in history, the best champion in history. But there's one thing that I haven't got yet, is the world championship. But he said, like John here, I'll never be a star like him. And he said, here, John. John let him hold the belt, and he come over there and said, no, I got to give this back to you. You got to earn that. So he hands the belt back to Cena, and then he goes back to talking. And it's like he's really going to retire. And then John Cena comes in and gets ready to raise his hand and everything and let him hold the title. And he goes to shake Mark Henry's hand, and Mark Henry grabs him and slams him, the world's strongest slam. And he says, you think that's all I got? I got a lot left in the tank. So Mark Henry's not going to retire. He's challenging Cena at Money in the Bank. It's awesome. World's strongest man's going to get his WWE title. So AJ Lee wins the Divas title last night, and she's coming out and bragging about it, saying that I've done everything that I can. It's awesome to be on top, and it's just beautiful and everything, and nobody can stop me. And then Stephanie McMahon's music hit. She come down to the ring and she said that I love how you make women out to be psycho and degrading and like always wanting to overpower everybody. She said that I'm on top, and AJ Lee said this, and she said, well, actually, there's a bunch of divas back in the back that would like to disagree with you. And she said, you know what, Stephanie? You just mad, you know, because I am you. And she said, Stephanie said to her, said, if you keep talking the way you're talking, you're not going to have a job. So she actually was going to take her job away from her. And then Caitlyn come down to the ring and started yelling and doing stuff like that. But I thought that Stephanie was going to say to AJ before Caitlyn's music hit, what would have been awesome was if they would have said, Stephanie would have said to her was, you know what, AJ? Karma's a bitch. Oh man, wouldn't that have been awesome? Karma came down to the ring, or Awesome Kong, if she was still there. Because she said she said that nobody is her equal. Nobody is bigger than her. Nobody is stronger than her. Nobody is going to take that title away from her. But if Stephanie would have said, you know what, AJ, Karma's a bitch, that would have been amazing. Paul Heyman was tracking down CM Punk in the back, and he said, Punk, 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 I just wanted to tell you that I understand. Even though these people don't understand, I understand. And I won't be at the ringside tonight, and I won't be on, out there interfering with everything. I understand. I just want to thank you for allowing me to be part of your team and by your side all these years. And I really thank you. But I won't be out there, and I promise you, you are the best in the world. Rio and Punk are having an alright match. I mean, you can tell a little ring rust is on Punk. You can't take that much off and have a lot of cardio. So you see him breaking a sweat lately and stuff like that. And then it goes to where Punk gets the go to sleep on Del Rio, and he rolls out of the ring. So he's walking to the back because he's tired of it. He's already quit. He's already started that crap again to where he's going to be leaving to keep the title. So, I mean, I don't understand why Del Rio doesn't fight. So he gets halfway back to the Titantron, and Dolph Ziggler comes out and jumps off the ramp and starts beating the hell out of Dolph Ziggler. He starts beating the hell out of Del Rio. And they go all the way to the back. I mean, they're beating the crap out of each other. Dolph looks like he's really, really hitting him. And then they go out and accuse it, and Punk's just sitting there like, what? What's going on? And then all of a sudden, Brock Lesnar's music hits, and everybody goes crazy. I jumped plumb through the roof, hit my hand on the ceiling fan. It's crazy what happened. It's amazing. And I don't know why I got excited so much, but, I mean, my girlfriend and I were sitting there saying, we like Brock now, and just because he's coming after Punk and Punk's a face, I'd love to see this match. It's amazing. So Brock comes out and does his usual thing where he's going back and forth, and then he does his circle around the ring, and Punk's looking at him right there like, why are you out here? Like, what have you got against me? What do you want to say to me? I know that you're not a good talker, so I know you're not going to talk. So really, Brock goes and grabs a mic, and he tricks him. He walks right up to him, and he's acting like he's going to talk to him. He smiles at him, and then he gets ready to talk. But then he grabs Punk real quick and gets him in that, like, the F5 and everything. He gives him the big F5, and it's over with. He's laid Punk out, and the way he grabbed him was like a sneak attack pretty much, and just F5'd him and left him laying in the ring, so it went off that way. I think Punk and Brock are going to fight at Money in the Bank. I don't know for sure, but it will be awesome. It will be so friggin' awesome. So to the sum of all parts, a pretty decent show. I mean, better than it has been. But the question I have for you and the general audience of wrestling, why can't every Raw be like this? There is something pressuring the WWE to act on what they're doing. There's no reason that Vince McMahon, Stephanie, Triple H, and all these stars are coming back. There is something happening to make them do this. They're not, as far as like they're back against the wall, but there is something making all these billionaires come out of their offices and all these stars come back that could have retired. All of them. You think Vince wants to be there? You think Stephanie wants to be there on TV? They want to be in their office, not on TV. I mean, they love the glory, but they make money either way. But they are there protecting their investment. They're going to make sure whatever is threatening them, whatever is coming for them, is not going to get to them. So, with that being said, the Raw was good. I hope it continues. But there's a reason why all this is transpiring so quickly. And so, there's a reason for it. I want to thank y'all for watching. Remember, we all have a video camera, we all have internet, and we all have an opinion.